if I was a fresh grad looking for a job in the IT space, what would my average entry level salary be, and what would my salary adjustments be on average year on year?
On year on year. So right now, I think we can see that the average, if you're looking at like fresh grad, right? So some of them, they start at median of around maybe 3.5 to 4.
Wow, that's quite good, man.
Yeah,
it's healthy, man.
Around there. And if you work for like a smaller company, sometimes they can even pay higher, like startups. Yeah, they're willing to pay higher because they don't have a threshold on like, okay, what grades and stuff, right? If you join MNC, that's where the grade will come in. Or fresh grad, you only can get paid this much, right? Yeah, so, and roughly between 3 to 4 around there range. Yeah, for IT.
Right. And in the IT space, and this is, I think, varies between companies, so not specifically within industry, but what would the average increment percentage be year on year, roughly?
Okay, so right now, from what we see, is that in terms of increment, sometimes it can be as low as 5%, but sometimes it can be as high as 10 to 15. But the thing about IT is that they always take counter offer. So what they do is they go out and interview, they give this amount of money, right? Then they go back to the boss and say, no, this is what people are offering me.
I see.
Then they will try to get the counter offer. So it happens, I think, because they are always going for interviews, so they want to know what's their market worth.
Which is, I think, the best practice. If you ask me, I think a lot of people should do that more often.
Yeah,
right.
I think a lot of Malaysians or Asians, they basically doesn't really want to open up their options. They feel like, I'm very happy here and stuff.
Yeah,
but
contentment.
But like Pep always say, although basically we always encourage them to just talk to the hiring manager. It's not like they're gonna get an offer straight away, right?
Yeah.
Just have a chat with the market to basically put your name out there as well, like. Just to understand, Yeah.
Is this idea of getting counter offers more common in the IT sector relative to other sectors?
For IT, yes, it's very common, and that's where we always have to educate the candidates before we send to interview, right? To tell them that potentially they will get counter offer, and what would they think, lah? Yeah, so then they will start to think before they say, if I get counter offer, it's either I will stay or I already give up already. I don't like my boss, I don't like my team.
Sure.
I just want
other reasons.
Regardless, you give me 1K, 2K, I also won't leave. Then you will know, okay, this one. But I think for other industry, Pep, your side there also quite common, right? If I'm not wrong, counter offer.
I think taking counter offer is not entirely a very good thing, right? Because in the first step is, if your boss has been very good to you and then you take a counter offer and all, it's more of like
it's kind of like blackmail in a way, lah.
He won't trust you maybe, or he don't see you as the next successor really, because you're already one step out of it. And worst case is you might not get an increment for 1 or 2 years.
Wow.
Oh, is that common practice?
Wow.
You get what I mean?
Fuck. Are you serious?
Advanced premium, right?
Is that common practice?
Are you serious?
It's not like a common practice. It's what this is how they may do it, right? Yeah. Or you may get lesser bonus compared to your peers in the next year.
That sounds vindictive at this point, bro. Don't you think?
Interesting.
It sounds vindictive, right? It's like, wow, this motherfucker, 1 foot out, fuck you and your bonus. Or less.
I actually have not heard of people accepting counter offers.
Yeah, always they say, then go lah.
Not just that. I mean, I have seen people accepting counter offers, but I haven't seen people who have accepted and then gotten less bonus or less increment.
Or normally you will see just consistent, they still get the same.
That's why it's very important to see what sort of companies you work with. If you work more on like international companies or MNCs, then it's more okay. So there's also versus a traditional business type.
Understand.
Whatever it is, right? And then at the end is the HR manager and so on that plays a very important role in that.
I think it's I don't know whether it's just me, right? But when I look at smaller like SMEs, I feel as if they have this whole labor force is cheap, so why should I promote or why should I give increment to current staff? I think it's a recurring thing. I don't know whether it's just me, I've seen a lot of SMEs who are very similar, so that's why people make the jump.